Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Boom, boom. Ooh, where my girls at? Who minute? Where my girls at?
Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Where my girls at? It's going down. It's going down tonight on this winning Wednesday. Well, good evening, everybody. You are listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation WFDF. We're excited to come to you Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when I tell you 24 hours roll around real quickly when you're doing this show Monday through Friday. But it is always a joy to come to you. We endeavor to bring you the lessons, the light, and the laughter. And I'm telling you, yesterday we laughed a whole lot on yesterday. And I mean, we talk about it all. We talked yesterday about being thankful and grateful. And I'm sure that you guys found reasons to be thankful and grateful on this winning Wednesday. Well, you guys, I'm coming to you live from the ATL, Those of you that are watching us on Facebook, live on 910, the Superstation Facebook page, or on the Force of Friendship Facebook page, you're probably saying, that's a different background. You're not accustomed to this background. Well, I am nice and toasty, and it's a little chilly in the ATL. I got on a sweater in the ATL. I brought a jacket, a coat in the ATL. I see Caterina is in the ATL. You guys, we have converged here. We have a huge event that we're doing on Friday and Saturday with our girl, Gloria Mayfield Banks. It is going to be absolutely exciting. So we came in a few days early. I had a chance to hang out with a few of my friends that are here and went to, let me tell you guys, this is one of
What y'all do?
Most favorite restaurants. Chuck and I, we absolutely love Houston's, okay? Houston's restaurant. Yes.
We talked about it on the plane. Okay,
I'm telling you, when I tell you, we want a Houston's. Houston, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Houston? We want you to come to the D. We need a Houston's restaurant in the D, because when I tell you, Gloria, it's all about the spinach dip. It's all about the spinach dip. Now, the spinach I know is really good for you. Now, all the other stuff that makes it really good, I'm not sure. But there is a lot of spinach in it. That's all I'm going to say. But again,
okay, and I ain't going to say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Because when I tell you, oh my gosh, it was so good. So great catching up with my dear friends here in the ATL. And so you guys, we're excited to be here. This is going to be another very powerful show. So I'm telling you right now, get your paper, get something to write with. I'm telling you right now, call a neighbor, call a friend, because they don't want to miss this show. Yes, we are bringing her back, my girlfriend from Kansas City, Missouri. First Lady Emelda Tolbert is in the house. You guys, you know, a week ago Wednesday, she was on talking about cellular nutrition, heal your cells, heal your body. Okay. And when I tell you, literally, we leaned in, you could almost hear a pin drop. Because when I tell you the information that she was throwing down, you didn't want her to come up for air. You just wanted her to go on and on and on. And because the information was so awesome, we invited her to come back for part 2. And those of you that are watching us on our Facebook Live, you were like, bring her back, bring her back. So guess what? We have brought her back. So Emelda Tolbert is in the house, and I can't wait to bring her in just a few minutes. And so I'm going to throw it over to Gloria. What's going on, Gloria?
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to join y'all. I can't believe I'm the last one to get to the ATL. I cannot believe I'm the last one to get to the ATL, but I'm excited to be here today. I'm real excited about getting ready, still putting stuff together to get ready. But I am so excited about this topic because I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite topics. Right up there with technology is living forever. I am so excited about health. I'm so excited because she delivered such great information, so powerful, so impactful. The stories were amazing. So I'm really excited. It's exciting here to be in Baltimore. Everything's going great here. So, you know what? Partly, I haven't listened to the news today. So if there's something that's going on right now, Gloria has missed it. And it could be why I'm feeling so great right now. For real, Chris. So I'm excited about this show.
Yes.
Katrina, what's
Elections.
going on?
Well, I'm watching it was all about the elections yesterday, Gloria. That's all up on the news, like passive infrastructure. But I'm telling you, Crisette, unbelievable. When I tell you we see eye to eye, eye to eye, it is so wonderful. Self-care, y'all. Landed in ATL and went right to my suite. Self-care, 24 hours by myself in this big old suite. I'm trying to figure out which room I want to sit in, and just wonderful. But on the plane, I went from San Francisco to Chicago. We live in Chicago also for our radio audience. And so sat in first class next to this guy, and we were talking about Bandera, Crisette, downtown Chicago, that he said, is it closed or not? What? I love the ribs. I love the cornbread. I love it. He said, there's a Houston, Atlanta. And literally while we sat there, he was trying to make reservations. They don't take reservations. He called and he got in a car off the plane and went to Houston. So I'm like, can I get there tomorrow? So he might have been there while you were there. Okay, literally. We love us some Houstons. We love us some Houston. So really good, really good. But yes, we are watching the election results. So big.
I was really sad for some of it. So that's why I was like,
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Well, you
Be
guys.
woke.
Yeah, we got to stay woke for sure. You guys, I'm telling you, I failed to tell you the telephone number to call in if you have questions or things that you want to ask our guest on today. The number is 313-778-7600. That's the number to call. We got issues. And so you guys, so different format because we're taking four breaks. So we're going to bring our girlfriend, First Lady Emelda Tolbert. We want to bring her in and have her join us at this time so we can go ahead and get this conversation started. And you know what? I introduced her last week, but so many of you may not have been on there. So I just want to share just a little bit. And then I'm going to throw her. I'm going to pass her the mic so that she can go ahead because her information is so powerful. Emelda Tolbert, she is a Louisiana native, and she has been married to her husband, my friend, Bishop Mark Tolbert, for 43 years. And she served as the First Lady of Victoria's Life Center Church for over 33 years. She is one of my best friends. When I tell you, we've been friends for over 30 years, and we have traveled every single year for over 25 years. 2019 was the first year that we were not able to travel together as couples. And so I can't wait because I know we're going to hook up in 2022. You guys, she is one of the smartest women that I know. When I say her mind, she just has a brilliant mind. Her entire family are brilliant, and she is very witty. To know her is to love her. She has a heart of gold, but she also is so very passionate about helping people live their best life through teaching them about nutrition and how to take better care of themselves. You guys, her story is amazing. She is also a breast cancer survivor. She has helped her mother that has so many different illnesses and disease. Now her mother is medicine free and doing well. And so we're excited. She shared so much with us last week. And I know that she has even more incredible information that she wants to share with us when you talk about cellular nutrition. So at this time, I am throwing the mic to my girlfriend, our girlfriend, Emelda Tolbert.
And Lady Emelda, you're muted on StreamYard. So if you would unmute, because the Facebook audience wants to, and YouTube audience wants to catch you. Oh, on the, it looks
okay,
like
got it. No.
Can we hear her on the radio?
That's okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, Emelda, just talk that way. You have to call the station. I'm going to send you that number. Okay, so you guys, while we are getting her together, let's just kind of talk about some of the things that we are doing now that we have learned more about our health. I know that we have some of every kind of vitamin. We've been drinking more water. When I tell you, we have been doing it all. Okay.
Last night I sat there. I can't wait to see what else I'm going to have to add in. But last night I sat there with my vitamins and all my stuff. Not quite sure what to do with the powder and the liquids. You know, some of them got to be refrigerated, some of them not. But I sat there and put all my stuff, AM, PM, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. I was like, okay, here we go. All right. All right. Because I am the one who is pill challenged. I don't know if anyone else. I do like the liquids and look forward to what Lady Emelda has to say about that. But I always have had a weird thing about taking pills. But really? I know these are good. Like, yeah, like weird. Like my whole life, it's always been weird.
There's people like that really, it got nothing to do. They just cannot figure out how to swallow. Some people just cannot do pills. I mean, emotionally cannot do pills.
I just feel like they're stuck there. They just feel like they're stuck and so forth. But this is,
and my mother could swallow like 3 or 4 at a time. She was like it was chips. I mean, it's serious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
I think we have Mel now. Go ahead, Mel. Do you have your volume up? Are you on mute? You're not on. Is your phone?
You know what? I'll talk to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so let me tell you about one of the things to the listeners. You know, I've been a person, and you know, we know a lot of people who've really paid attention to the food and really paid attention to the health. But honestly, since I've been listening to our own show, We Got Issues, we've had so many experts that have taken it to a deeper level and have stayed in their particular lane, teaching us about particular things that I honestly can tell you, there's things that I've seen different about me because of what I'm taking. And that's why I'm so interested in hearing about her, because
for some reason I can't hear them.
Really aware of the cellular part of health. And I've watched, like, I can put me on a Netflix movie and they're talking about food and I'm like watching it, like, you know, I still will eat a piece of meat every once in a while, but not because I know I'm not supposed to, for me. And so I really do pay attention to that stuff, and it's really made a difference. And that's why I'm really interested about getting her information. And the other thing is that you guys have questions, you should call. Today will be the day for you to call. 313-778-7600. Today will be the day that you talk or ask a question. And it might be a question for you. It might be somebody you know.
Awesome. Awesome. Michael, is she on?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we're having some technical issues, you guys, right now. And as soon as we work those technical issues out, you know what? This is going to be such a powerful show that, you know, sometimes technology, you know, it works when it works, and when it doesn't,
Okay,
boy,
thank you, sir.
It is not ever the right time for it not to work, but that's okay. We're going to get her situated in just a few minutes. But again, this is such a a important topic that we're talking about on today, cellular nutrition. You guys, we are going to a break right now. And when we come back, I promise you, we will have Emelda Tolbert connected so that she can talk about cellular nutrition. Heal your cells,
Part 2.
Heal your body. You're listening to 910 a.m. The Superstation, and we'll be right back.
I could pretend you never existed. Have a good day.
Hope and help.
Okay. All right, we are coming back. We're coming back. We are coming back. You are listening to We Got Issues on 910 a.m. The Superstation. We are the force of friendship, and we're excited to be here on this Winning Wednesday. We were having a few technical difficulties. I think we got them all worked out, and we are so excited again about our guest. First Lady Emelda Tolbert is with us. She is a phenomenal woman. She is a licensed clinician and certified nutrition and master herbologist. And so last time, I don't think we talked a whole lot about herbs. And so hopefully we'll get a chance to talk a little bit about that. So again, as you're listening, you may have questions. So feel free to give us a call at 313-778-7600. So Emelda, you are here. You are here. We are excited.
I think I'm in. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, you are here. Yes.
Oh, thank the Lord. I need to go get a tech class. Wow. It went fine the first time. I'm like, wow.
but that's okay. We got you now. We got you now. So, you know what? Can you just kind of do a quick summation of a few things that you talked about last time for those that this may be their first time tuning in? And then let's go right into, talking about, how some other things that they can do to heal their cells. And then get a little, we would like to hear a little bit more about you being a master herbologist and kind of tell us what that means.
Well, I guess last week you say tell them a little bit about what we talked about. Basically talked about cellular nutrition and the fact that everything that happens to us happens in our cells. And whether it's diabetes, heart disease, cancer, anything like that, that is happening at the cellular level. And it doesn't matter how many medications we get on. Medications are synthetic. They cannot heal the cells, so they cannot heal the body. That's why we end up on medications over and over again, and side effect medications, and the list goes on. But we talked about what does it really mean to have cellular nutrition. Well, diet is what we eat, but nutrition is what's getting to the cells. And in order to have cellular nutrition, we have to feed the cells. We have to repair cell damage, because all of us get cell damage on a daily basis, sitting in these rooms with just the different toxins and air supply that's coming through vents and things like that are putting toxins in. Food is toxic. Outside walking, getting good vitamin D in the sun is great, but there's still toxins in the environment. So we're constantly taking in toxins, which is actually helping to prevent free radicals that cause oxidation to the cells, and then we end up with serious issues at the cellular level. So we have to repair those, and once those are repaired, we can rebalance the cells. And once we rebalance the cells, then it's our job to protect those cells from further damage to oxidation, free radicals, toxins in our foods and in our environment, stress, lack of sleep, and things of that nature. And the only way we're going to do that is with nutrition. And because the food supply that we have is so bad today, and so much in the food that we're eating, even some things that have been labeled good for us, is still full of toxins, additives, preservatives, artificial flavors, and chemicals. And so we're putting more toxins in the body. So cellular nutrition is the key. It's not talked about even among medical doctors. I don't know. Maybe they don't know a lot about it. They only required to maybe take one course on nutrition, and nutrition is a whole career. So sometimes they don't know, and sometimes they choose not to talk about it because their profession is to treat disease, and they do that with medications and drugs. But being a 23-year breast cancer survivor, and not only being breast cancer free or cancer free, but medicine free. And when you go through chemo and radiation and tamoxifen and medications, you're going to leave your cells really at a poor condition. Not to mention it can damage the organs and bring on other disease, which will have you on medication the rest of your life. So to be medicine free is a big thing too. But I'm not anti-doctor, anti-medicine, but I'm certainly pro-preventive. And I think the only way we can do that is cellular nutrition. And that has to be done through food. And food is not going to be enough, so it's going to have to be done with supplements. I've been in this industry 33 years, and just a passion for it. It wasn't necessarily the money that attracted me to it. And I find if you do what you're passionate about, and if part of your purpose and it's calling, the money will come. But I was managing a doctor's office actually when this was introduced to us. And one day I would write the prescriptions, the doctor would sign them. And when I wrote that patient 13 prescriptions in one visit, I looked at that and I thought, wow, I got to get on the other end of the spectrum. I said 13 prescriptions. And as I looked at them, some were side effects to a medicine that they came in for the first issue in the first place. So it was at that point in time, I thought, you know what? I'm going to get on a preventive end. And right around that time, my husband was introduced to the company called Neolife. And I was working at a doctor's office. I gotten a degree in fashion merchandising and didn't really do a lot with that, but I did a lot with battered women's shelters and fashion shows. So I went back to school, took up medical terminology and medical office management and managed a doctor's office. And it was there when I saw the way chronic disease was that I started getting interested in nutrition. So about a year later, I hung up my lab coat and I joined my husband in the Near Life business. And we've been in that for 33 years. And they've not only taken me through some chronic situations with cancer, but also my mother, who had cancer, diabetes, heart disease, high cholesterol, obesity, and through diet changes, lifestyle changes, and supplements, we were able to, by God's help and grace, get her off of all the meds. She's free of all those diseases. She was 78, she's 94 now, and just beat a battle with hip replacement surgery. There go medicines again, end up with a GI tract from some meds in hospice, and in 2 months was able to recover out of hospice and doing well. So it definitely is important, and it's all in what we're putting in our bodies. And if we don't make some changes soon, we're going to see a lot more in terms of chronic diseases. So cellular nutrition, heal your cells, heal your body, is definitely the key.
Wow, that is so powerful.
Oh,
So, Mel, talk to us a little bit about the herbal side of what you do.
well, I'm certified as a nutritionist, and that's dealing with vitamins, minerals, basically foods. And you'd be surprised how much we can do with healing the body just with foods. But then the other thing is herbology and dealing with herbs. And the thing with herbs is you have to be able to do the right combination of herbs. We'll be surprised. Some things are labeled even spices, but they're herbs like turmeric and ginger. Those are some things that will really help. But sometimes people will just go in the store and get turmeric and take it, and it's not going to do, what they think it's going to do, because it's at a spice food flavoring level and not at a medicinal level. Okay, so in order for it to be at a medicinal level, then that same turmeric has to have what they call pepperine, biopepperine in it. And biopepperine is simply a extract of black pepper that mix it with it. And what that does, it helps the turmeric to be more bioavailable, which it means to get back to the system. So without that biopepperine, it's not going to really be absorbed into the system like it needs to be. So you're basically taking a food spice. It may help some, but it's that biopepperine extract that's going to help to make it more bioavailability into the cells. Ginger is a great source. And those two things in particular help with inflammation, which holds disease in the body, with acidic levels, which holds disease in the body. You'd be surprised what it does for inflammation in terms of arthritis, pain, and stiffness, and things like that. When you're dealing with herbal remedies and herbs in particular, herbs are classified by whether they are bitter or cold, warm or sweet. And bitter herbs will be cold herbs, warm herbs will be your sweet herbs. But the different types of herbs, and of course, we don't have time to go into a whole lot of herbs, but to make it a little bit easier to understand is that different temperatures, the temperature of the herb determines what meridian in the body that the herb will enter into. Cold herb, warm herbs. For instance, aloe vera is a herb, it's a cold herb, it's a bitter herb. And so in order to make that more palatable for people to be able to take the taste of it, they may mix it with some warm herbs like ginseng and chamomile and passion flower, and it makes it a whole lot more better to taste. But also in mixing those herbs, they'll do different things for the body. For instance, aloe vera is a cold herb and it won't enter into the lung meridian. But ginseng and chamomile are passion flower herbs, and they will. Ginseng is also another herb that reduces stress. It also helps to normalize blood pressure, blood sugar, blood cholesterol, as well as being a sexual tonic tune-up. So it just depends on what meridian or what system in the body that the person is wanting to deal with that health issue. And from there, you'll go with the different types of herbs. And then you can do so much with herbs. a person has a rash or
Hey,
a
Mel.
swelling or something, they can make a poultice, like a paste, and put on it too.
And put what? I mean, this is so awesome. I know we have a
Right.
caller and she's been holding on for a minute. So I want to go to the caller.
Okay.
But when I tell you, I'm looking at this and saying, who knew that herbs could do so many things? And I know that this is important to know, because if you're looking for other ways to heal your body, it's not always just about taking medicine. Okay, I'm sorry, we're going to another break. Catherine, we want you to hold on. We are coming to you right after the break. You are listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 910 AM, the Superstation. Our guest is Emelda Tolbert. We're talking about cellular nutrition. We'll be right back. All right, we are coming back to you. We're coming back to you. You are listening to We Got Issues on 9 AM, the Superstation, and we're talking about cellular nutrition. Heal your cells, heal your body. And our guest is First Lady Emelda Tolbert, and she is a certified nutritionist as well as a master herbologist. And so we're excited. Oh my goodness, this information is so incredible. And so we have a guest that has been holding on. Catherine, thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for holding on. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for calling. What do you want to talk about, Catherine?
Well, I wanted to talk about nutritional supplements, and prescription drugs. Now, I know Emelda and her husband, Bishop Tolbert, we were distributors in a business called Dynamite. So I don't know if she would remember me, but my question is nutrition and prescription. My husband is taking a prescription drug now. It's called Eliquis. And the medication, and we've been taking nutritional supplements forever, but the medication does say something about blood thinning medications. And I wanted to ask the question, the cellular nutrition that she's talking about with the prescription like an Eliquis, does she have something that, we could maybe put in his diet to substitute some of the supplements that the doctors have taken him off of?
So the doctor took him off some supplement?
Yes, because of the medication he's taking is blood thinning medication. They say that because it's a blood thinner, some of the nutritional products, supplements that he was taking, they've taken him off of. For instance, he was taking the coenzyme, he was taking omega-3s, and those things that we have been taking for the last 20, 30 years, he can no longer take those. And I was wondering if she had any recommendations about something.
He took them off CoQ10 and vitamin E is another one, omega-3 fatty acid, because those in themselves are blood thinners. And that's what people don't realize when they get on blood thinners, like Coumadin and stuff like that. Their doctors put them on that medication. And I don't tell anybody to not take the medication. But what you may want to do is go in and say to your doctor, well, vitamin E, omega-3 fatty acids, CoQ10 and all those are some blood thinners in themselves. So would that be, enough at a medicinal level to help with that blood thinning? And that's the reason he took your husband off of that. Even an 81 milligram aspirin is a blood thinner, but that still doesn't keep you from taking some of the other supplements. And I don't know if you know, but Dynamite has changed to Neolife. They owned 3 companies back in the day: Dynamite, Neolife, and Golden Products. European was Golden Cleaning Home and Skincare. Neolife was Nutritionist, so was Dynamite. So that's how they just kind of came together and said, we're just going to be Neolife, which means new life. So there's still some products that he can take. I don't know if your number is still active, but for instance, he can go like the carotenoid complex is a great immune builder. The fiber is good. The protein shake is good. And they shouldn't have enough of the E and things like that where it will make a difference. You would just not be able to take the omega-3. So, some things like that. But I would start with the fact that these are blood thinners in themselves, and see, can he start cutting your medicines back, or maybe try, some other things. I don't know how serious your husband's blood clotting can be, but I would start with offering the information and suggestion of moving more towards a holistic route and see what he says about that first. But I would definitely not stop taking the blood thinner to try these alternatives. That would be something I would definitely suggest that you bring up with your doctor.
Catherine?
That's
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you took time
out to call in. We got issues on today. I hope that was helpful information, that you can take that to your doctor. And I pray that your husband will be well. And again, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you for having my call. Bye-bye.
Wow. So, Emelda, there are instances where, some medical doctors, they are not into, holistic medicine. And we know that big pharma plays a big role in that. We know that even doctors get sometimes they get bonuses or paid, when they push a certain drug. And so in Catherine's issue, in her instance, where she was taking these things that would cause her husband's blood to thin, but the doctor prescribed medicine. How do we advocate for ourselves if we know that there's something that we can take that's not going to have all of these side effects? What are some of the steps that you would suggest that we take to our doctors?
Well, in terms of blood clotting, we know that could be a serious issue because you could get a blood clot in your heart. You can even get a blood clot in your liver. So that would be something that I think needs to be guided. But in terms of things like high blood pressure, arthritis, pain and stiffness, and things like that, those are things a lot of times you can still take. Even with my mother, when she was on high cholesterol medicine, she was on insulin twice a day. I was still modifying the diet that she was eating. I was still incorporating the supplements. And what I tell people is, I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't say, don't do this, do this. But what I can say is what has worked for us, what have worked for my clients, what research shows, what I learned in holistic health practitioner school. And that's the way we have to go about it. And that's just to protect our own cells. Now, a medical doctor could come in and prescribe you something that will kill you in 2 days, and they'd be okay because MD is behind their name and it's just something didn't agree with you or whatever. And I might be a little sarcastic with it, but you know what I'm saying. But as a herbalist and a nutritionist, we have to be careful even with the verbiage that we use. But what I say to people is, don't stop doing what your doctor has you doing. Stay on your medicine. But here's some diet changes and what I did with my mom. And as you improve your diet, as you improve cellular nutrition, as you take the right supplements, and all supplements are not created equal. You can't go in a drugstore and buy a synthetic filled vitamin E or omega-3 or vitamin D and think you're going to get the same quality as a whole food, organic, non-GMO, because that's non-synthetic. And so as you do more of the things that start pushing you toward better health through cellular nutrition, your numbers, and they're looking at numbers, they're looking at blood profiles, they're looking at blood pressure, they're looking at blood glucose levels. And as those numbers get better, that doctor is obligated and responsible to start decreasing your medication. For instance, my mother was on 20 units of insulin in the morning, 20 units in the evening. As her diet got better, he took her off the evening shot. Then he said, oh, her blood sugar is doing so much better. Then he took her off the morning shot. Oh, her blood sugar is doing, you know what? He said, I'm going to put on just the metformin. Well, we looked at the side effects, and my mom was like, 80 years old. She's like, they trying to kill me. I ain't taking that. And she was 80 years old. And so I said, Mom, we got it going. You're off the insulin. We're just going to keep this up. So then when they took off the pill, he was like, he started to take her. But before he took off the second insulin shot, she was getting lightheaded and kind of stumbling. I said, your blood sugar's gone too low. So I went and told the doctor, I said, you need to cut that insulin off, because it's too low now and she's getting dizzy. So he looked at it and he said, okay, put on metformin. He said, I think her pancreas is making insulin again. I said, no, her pancreas never stopped making insulin. What happened is the insulin was a hormone trapped in the cell. And when you provide cellular nutrition and you thin that membrane, the hormone insulin can get out of the cell, absorb the glucose, and we can regulate the blood sugar level. So, of course, he kind of looked at me.
Wow,
and just kind of,
that's big.
But needless to say, so she gradually worked off of all the insulin and the metformin till she was just free of it all. So now with an A1C that runs 5.5, now they're saying, are you testing her sugar every day? Well, no, why should I? The last 5-6 years, she's been below a 6. But now, see, it's all about these prescriptions. So if I test her sugar every day, she's not diabetic, but now they can write me a prescription for her for needles, for lancets, for blood strips, okay? Because all of this is a prescription, it's a pharmaceutical, and it's a way to keep you using something. You know, when he got ready to take off cholesterol medicine, I put her on omega-3 fish oil. You know, she quit doing all the oils she was doing in Louisiana, hydrogenated oil, canola oil, vegetable oils, things of that nature, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil. So we got to make those changes that can shift our body into the wellness mode. And as it becomes more and more self-sustaining, they are responsible and obligated to start taking you off medicine. And if you're no longer in that sick zone, they got to remove that diagnosis.
Wow. Now that right there passion. That's passion. We got to take this break. And when we come back, we have a caller. Sylvia, we're coming to you right after the break. You're listening to We Got Issues on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. Okay. Okay. All right, we're coming back at you. We're coming back to you. You are listening to We Got Issues on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We're talking about cellular nutrition, heal your cells, heal your heart. And I am so excited because we have a caller on the line. Sylvia, are you there? Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm enjoying the show. I always love to hear about encouraging us to do what we need to do. I am on no medication. I just had a birthday last month, so I finally got my Medicare and I got my silver sneakers so that I can start taking advantage and getting back to the gym, swim, steam room, sauna. But because of the lockdown, I haven't been able to get to the pool, steam, the sauna, and I've been able to do dance classes with the seniors outdoors. And we have seniors like 94, 95 years old out there dancing with us outside. Really? And y'all know how Michigan weather is. We put out there, all we need is a bomb, get the fire pit, we got it going on. But ever since I was a teenager, I have been having issues with, I think, circulation, where my legs would cramp up and it looked like the bone about to come up through my legs. And now that I'm older, I'm noticing that I'm getting those spasms in my thighs. Sometimes my hand will cramp up, or I might catch a cramp in my rib cage. And so I don't know. I'll be drinking mineral rich and whatever to see if it's vitamins, and it might be water. So I was just going to ask you if maybe I should be drinking more water. You know? Well, water is gonna help you whatever's going on. Okay, so if you don't hit that, it's gonna help that in some way. But I don't know if you have you checked to see if maybe you have some arthritis setting up somewhere in some of those joints. And
it's inflammation. So you could have some inflammation that's building up in those certain areas, those certain joint areas, and that can be causing some of that pain. Some of the things that help with inflammation as far as joint health would be glucosamine. And we have a product called Full Motion. And I tell you, it's amazing. And I'm gonna give my website if anybody's interested in any products or want to, get some more information or whatever. It's emeldatolbert.com. It's simply my name, EMELDA Tolbert, TOLBERT.com. And that'll connect you to a link that'll get you to our products. But Full Motion, when you have, if that's arthritis, and you can get that checked out, but it sounds like you're talking about a cramp here and a catch there and a little soreness here and pain there. I'm not saying it is because I don't diagnose disease, but when people bring a diagnosis to me, I can suggest what has worked in terms of nutrition and herbology products. But Full Motion, it takes care of the three things, because there's three things going on when a person has arthritis or joint issues. That's inflammation in the joint, that's the deterioration of the cartilage, which is the thin tissue around the joints that keep bone from rubbing against bone, and then there's the density of the bone itself wearing down. So you're dealing with three things. The bone itself wearing down is going to be minerals, calcium, magnesium, okay, vitamin D. When you're talking about the thin tissue that's deteriorating and got bone rubbing against bone, that's going to be an inflammatory or a glucosamine product. And that sometimes can be made from shellfish, but that does not only repair the cartilage, it rebuilds the cartilage. And then the third problem going on with arthritis, pain, and stiffness is going to be inflammation. And inflammation is swelling around the joint, and that's where the pain is coming from. So Full Motion deals with all three of those things: inflammation, bone deterioration, as well as replacing the cartilage. Another thing that will help is turmeric. And again, I mentioned that earlier, is making sure it's got that biopiperine in it so that it's more available or absorbed into the system. Ginger will help. So some of those things will really help. Exercising, short walks, leg lifts, things like that. But I would first see what the problem is. If it's not arthritis, it could be a sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerves can sometimes be eliminated just through chiropractic adjustments. You do chiropractic adjustments? Yes, because chiropractic adjustments.
Go to the doctor, and I'm not on anybody's medication, but I'm on no medication. I barely go to the doctor. They almost hurt me, and I was like, no, I'm still here. So, but like I said, I have been having that horses since I was 16. Since I was 16, I was having those Charlie horses where the bones seemed like it's coming out of my tail. I'd be jumping out the bed, and now that I'm older, the spasms are coming in my thighs. But I do have this sciatic issue because I think I messed my disc up trying to pull the finger out of the bathtub, and I heard my stupid back crack. And then I turn around and still try to carry a size in the water. So I might be suffering from some pain that I caused, injury that I did to myself. Yeah.
Well, you might check that out, because if it's just simple cramping, sometimes even taking vitamin E at bedtime can help with that. So, but you can feel free to go look at the website, emeldatolbert.com.
Okay. All right. And I'll be sharing your show so that I can make sure I have the information to contact you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Silver. Thank you.
Love you too. Well, you know what? We are going to kind of turn the topic into something that Gloria wants to know. Gloria, it's for you. I can't ask the question. I want you to ask.
Emelda, last time you were here, I was so excited because you said we were going to talk about sugar. Sugar, what it does to you, how bad it is for you.
Sugar.
You know, just everything. And nobody wants to know because nobody wants to give it up. But they want the truth. They want the truth. They may not act like they want it, but they want it. So tell us about how sugar affects you.
Sugar. Well, first of all, sugar is a natural product, okay? And it comes from plants. It can come from dairy. It can come from fruits and vegetables in terms of glucose and fructose. That's the natural side of sugar. Now, too much of anything is not good, especially in terms of sugar, even if it's natural, you know. But it's made natural in forms of glucose and fructose, and it comes from sugar cane and sugar beets. So that's basically what it's coming from, okay? And those are plant sources. And the way they make sugar, and it comes in these granulars, is they take that plant and it's put on a processing machine. They just keep rolling back and forth, and they drying it out till it becomes very dry, and then it's kind of like crystallized and granules and all of that, right? So it's from a plant. But what has happened to sugar, Gloria, the manufacturers, especially in our food sources, has taken that natural, and sometimes what they'll do is take the base of the natural and make it as a foundation or a base, and then they put all these other chemical sugars because some of them are 100 times sweeter. And so they add it to it, and those become addicting. They use aspartame. I tell you, one that is probably one of the worst is high fructose corn syrup, and it's in almost everything.
Everything.
Okay? Almost everything. And high fructose
corn but
Emelda,
syrup, can you tell them
will give you headaches?
Because they know where it is. I want you to tell them what happens to your body when you eat it, because we all know it. Anybody that's listening to We Got Issues has read something that says high fructose is bad for you, and it's in everything. Right.
Well, you know, back in the old days, Gloria, they used to say, "Oh, Uncle Joe got sugar." That's what they called diabetes back in the day. Mm-hmm. Aunt Susie got sugar. What that means is she got sugar in her system.
Right.
Okay,
that's right.
all it is, sugar. And so how do we get it? We get it through our diets, through our mouth. And sugar is more addicting than cocaine. And the more sugar you eat, the more it's going to affect you. Sugar creates acid in the body. It creates inflammation in the body. Acid inflammation will feed disease. And I don't care how a person, they can do all the stuff they're doing. If that acid level is not maintained, and let's say you're on a scale from 0 to 14 with the acidic level and the alkaline level, that alkaline level has to be above that 6.5 or 7. If that acid level is above that, you're going to be sick. The alkaline needs to be balanced. And so when it's not, that acid feeds disease. If this person's gone through cancer, cancer feeds off disease. If you stop the sugar, that cancer can't survive. It can't live. It's just like we was talking about that bad bacteria, how if you feed it the sugar and the salty stuff and the things, the sweets and stuff, you are actually giving that bad bacteria life. Cancer is the same way. When we put sugar in our system, we are giving that cancer life, and we're feeding it.
Wow.
There's no way that body is going to rejuvenate itself. So inflammation is a disease in itself. And when we injure ourselves, inflammation comes to the site to protect us from being further injured by the injury. But that's a healthy form of inflammation. Wow. The dangerous inflammation is coming from sugar and acid and toxins and stress and lack of sleep and all of these things. And those are the culprits of disease. When we think about sugar and inflammation,
Emelda,
two evil twins of aging, inflammation and oxidation, and sugar will do that to yourself.
Emelda, when I tell you sugar is a show all in and of itself.
It is.
When I tell you, it's just so much to talk about. You guys, I know it's time to go. And Emelda, thank you so much for all of the information that you share with us. This is absolutely life-changing. You guys, you've been listening to We Got Issues on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We'll see you on tomorrow. God bless. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.